What is a solicitor? This video will be helpful for anyone on their career journey to become a solicitor, any career changes, or anyone just interested in law. So a solicitor is a qualified legal professional who usually specifies in an area of law. They act on behalf of an individual or an organisation who is their client. They are aware of the specific legislation in relation to that area of law, and they are also aware of any relevant processes or admin in relation to that. There are many different areas of law that a solicitor can practice in. Some solicitors can practice multiple depending on their experience and what they trained into. There are well over 20 different areas of law, so there are many different specialisms and areas and legislation for people to get involved in. Within the different areas of law, we can distinguish between two main groups, so transactional and non-transactional, or litigious and non-litigious. So transactional is essentially when two parties are working together towards something. So for example, property law, a party may be buying a property and a party may be selling a property. Flip this to litigious areas of law. This can include criminal, it can include employment, and more. For example, where two parties are disagreeing on something and may be able to come together to resolve that dispute or rely on a court. On top of area of law, the specific industry or sector that the organisation or law firm works in may influence the type of work you do also. So, for example, you could work in the public sector and heavily be involved in public sector specific legislation. You could be working in the technology sector, and it could be quite fast pacing with advances in technology. Construction, so very specific in relation to elements such as the NEC4 and JCT. Hospitality, so you could include things like commercial and property and real estate, so heavy on property law. Private practice and in-house. So the majority of solicitors across England and Wales work in private practice. And what this means is that they work in a traditional law firm. In-house means a solicitor works directly for an organisation and they only work for that organisation. For example, you could be a traditional solicitor working in a law firm, working for multiple different clients. On the other side, you could be an in-house solicitor and work specifically for an organisation. For example, you could be an in-house solicitor for the police, the NHS, a university, or even a football club. So the majority are in private practice, but in-house is a growing number in the profession. This can impact a lot of things such as culture. In private practice, all your clients are at arm's length, whereas in in-house, your clients are also your colleagues. And also, when you're in-house, you're actually an employee of your client. Qualifications to become a solicitor. So firstly, the old system of the LPC or the legal practice course has now been replaced. This has been replaced by the SQE, which is the solicitor's qualifying exam. There are four main elements of the SQE. So firstly, a degree in any subject or the equivalent. Secondly, SQE1 and SQE2, which are two separate exams. Next, 2 years of QWE, which is qualifying work experience. And then lastly, you need to show relevant character and suitability for the profession. Watch this space for more exciting content.